trying to find the way to walk. Lord, I humble myself before thee. I don't want to be lost. I've been taught to search the scriptures and read the word of truth. Like you said, just like you promised, I'll be just like you. How can you hear to believe? Take the time out just to read. You will find that you've been wrong. Jesus is coming to his home to take his rest in Zion. You won't get to heaven. No, 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 no. Then I know it's true. 'Cause I'm ready. Yeah. All you got to do is just receive it. Yeah. Open up your Bible. You can read it. It's all so clear right now. God is coming down. Yeah. Jesus said it.
Welcome to another edition of the Bible Speaks. You know, this program is so unique. What makes this program so unique? You actually have on-set brothers reading the Bible. My name is Jeremiah, and I'll be your teacher for this episode, and my reader will be Brother Ramon. You know, we always deal with the Bible by subject and title. So today's title is Warning to the Wicked. It's a warning to the wicked because every pastor that stands in a position to have a congregation, they have to warn the wicked to come out of their wicked way. And if we don't warn the wicked to come out their wicked way, let's see what's going to happen to you if you don't blow the trumpet and warn the people. Let's start this in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, Ezekiel 33. Ezekiel 33, and let's see that the Lord set Ezekiel up to be a watchman for the children of Israel. And every pastor is a watchman over their congregation. And let's see what the Lord is going to tell Ezekiel because he is a watchman too. Ezekiel 33, and let's pick it up at verse 7. 33 and 7. Go ahead and read.
So thou, son of man, I have set thee a watchman to the house of Israel.
He say, "Oh, son of man, let me tell you what I have done. I have set thee a watchman to the house of Israel." Every pastor is a watchman. Go ahead and read.
Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me.
He said, "I tell you what I want you to do, Ezekiel. You a watchman. I want you to hear the words from my mouth." He say, "and warn the people from me." You're supposed to give these people a warning. Go ahead and read.
When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Oh boy, you got a job to do to warn the wicked. He say, when I say to the wicked, you gonna surely die, and you don't warn the wicked, he gonna die in this iniquity, but his blood is on your head, watchman. That's why you gotta warn the people from me. Go ahead and read.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
He say, but if you warn the wicked and he don't turn from his way, he gonna die in his iniquity, but you just saved his blood from being on your head now, because you gave him a warning. Go ahead and read.
Therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how shall we then live?
He said, hey, if our iniquity is on us and we pining away, we study, serve, and sin, how you gonna get everlasting life that way? Go ahead and read.
Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord God.
Go ahead.
I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
He say, how you gonna live? He say, I ain't got no pleasure in the wicked. And we gonna see what's gonna happen to the wicked if they don't turn from their wicked way. Go ahead and read.
But that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel?
He say, you turn. I'm putting the ball in your lap. You turn from your way. I ain't gonna turn you. You turn from your wicked way. He says, why should you die? And we go see what death he talking about. As it's appointed unto man wants to die. Everybody gonna die this first death. This is the second death that he talking about. Let's make sure we understand that every pastor is a watchman. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. Because we got to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
Right.
Because every pastor is a watchman. Ezekiel 3, and we go pick it up at verse 17. Ezekiel 3, and let's pick it up at verse 17. Go ahead and read.
Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warnings from me.
He said, hey, I have made you a watchman, Ezekiel, to the house of Israel. He said, therefore, hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from me. We need to be warning the people to come out of their wickedness.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
He said, when I say unto the wicked, if you stay in that wickedness, you gonna surely die. Go ahead.
And thou givest him not warning.
You ain't even warned the brother. Go ahead.
Nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. That same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Hey, you didn't warn the wicked to try to save what? Try to save his life, he say. He said that blood gonna be on your head because you didn't warn him to try to save his life. His blood is gonna be on your head. Go ahead and read.
Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
Go ahead.
Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity.
Well, how is you saved if you could turn from your righteousness and start serving iniquity? How is you saved then? You still in danger.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read. What verse you at?
20.
Go ahead.
And I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning.
Hey, the man is going to die. Why is he going to die? Because the watchman didn't give him a warning from the Lord to turn from this wicked way that he can live. This is what the pastor's supposed to be doing.
Right, brother.
Pick it up at verse 20 again. Go ahead and read.
Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him.
Well, who's laying the stumbling block before the wicked?
The Lord.
The Lord is.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
He shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he has done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Go ahead and read.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man.
Now you warn that righteous man, look, bro, you got to get out that wickedness. Don't go in that wickedness and start serving wickedness. Hey, you in the word of God, I'm giving you a warning. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doeth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul.
That's why you got to warn the wicked people. Even the righteous man who's thinking about turning from his righteousness, you got to warn him. Let's go to Romans, the 6th chapter, because this is what you don't want to do. Let's go to Romans 6, show you what you don't want to do. Let's go to Romans 6, and we go pick it up at verse 12. Romans 6, let's pick it up at verse 12, because you don't want this to reign in your mortal body. Verse 12, go ahead and read.
Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body.
He said, don't let sin reign in your mortal body, that you just serving it. You got to turn the wicked from its wicked way. Watchman, go ahead and read.
That ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
Don't keep serving, don't be the servant of sin. That ain't saying you ain't gonna fall. Because even the book say a righteous man will fall 7 times, but what is that righteous man gonna do? He gonna get up and keep the law.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
Neither yield your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
That's what he telling the wicked, that don't do this. Don't yield your members as unrighteousness to sin. This is what the watchman's supposed to be warning the people about. Go ahead and read.
But yield yourselves unto God as those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto God.
Go ahead.
For sin shall not have dominion over you.
Don't let sin have dominion over you. Go ahead.
For ye are not under the law, but under grace.
Hey, don't let sin have dominion over you, because you're not under the law, but under grace. But what is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law.
Book say, brother.
Go ahead and read, because how you going to be under the law you keep?
Very good, brother.
That's why the Lord said you ain't under the law, but under grace. Because if you keep the law, how you going to be under the law you keep? Go ahead and read.
What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law?
Should we just go about and just sin because we not under the law? Go ahead.
But under grace? God forbid.
God forbid. Go ahead.
Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey?
That's why he say, warn the wicked to come up for he can live. He say, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey? Go ahead.
His servants ye are to whom ye obey.
Whichever righteousness or wickedness, go ahead.
Whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
To sin unto what? Unto death. Or obedience unto righteousness. That's what you got to do to yield these members to. Go ahead and read.
But God be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you.
Let's go to Revelations, the 22nd chapter. You don't want to be the servant of sin. And you don't want the Lord to catch you right here at the end of the day and you still serving sin. You don't want the Lord to catch you at the end of the day and you still serving sin. Revelations 22, and let's pick it up at verse 8. Revelations 22, and let's pick it up at verse 8. Go ahead and read.
And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things.
Go ahead.
Then said he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thine brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book. Worship God.
That's what the angel even telling John. Hey, I keep the sayings of this book. He say, worship God. Go ahead and read.
And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecies of this book, for the time is at hand.
Go ahead. Now the time is at hand for Jesus to come. It's too late to turn from your wickedness now. Go ahead and read.
He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Hey, it's too late to turn now. He say, if you unjust, let him be unjust still. Go ahead.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Go ahead.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
And let's see what time this is talking about. Go ahead.
And behold, I come quickly.
Here come the Lord. He's saying, behold, I come quickly. It's too late to change now. He said, behold, I come quickly, and let's see what he got with him. Go ahead.
And my reward is with me.
How you got the reward before he got here, people? When he come, he got a reward with him for the righteous and the wicked.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
To give every man according to his works shall be.
And he gonna give every man that reward according to what his works shall be. As the Lord got a reward for everybody. Right. That's why he said, if you filthy, let them be filthy still. He said, if you righteous, let them be righteous still. Then he said, I come quickly and I got a reward with me. Let's make sure we understand he coming with a reward. Let's go to Psalms 9. Let's go to Psalms 9. Psalms, the 9th chapter, everybody. As the Lord come, he got a reward for everybody. I don't care what side of the fence you on. Psalms 9, and we go pick it up at verse 5. Psalms 9, and let's pick it up at verse 5, because it's going to be ill with the wicked people when he bring that reward. Verse 5, go ahead and read.
Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked.
Hey, sooner or later, the Lord is going to destroy the wicked. Go ahead.
Thou hast put out their name forever and ever.
Sooner or later, he's going to put out their name forever and ever. Go ahead.
O thou enemy, destruction are come to perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorials is perished with them.
Go ahead.
But the Lord shall endure forever. He has prepared his throne for judgment.
Oh, you mean it's that time for judgment now?
Sure.
Go ahead and read.
And he shall judge the world in righteousness.
He said he gonna judge the world in righteousness. Remember, when he come, he got that reward with him to give every man according to what his work shall be. Go ahead and read.
He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness.
Go ahead.
The Lord will also be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee.
That's good. Let's keep going. Let's go into Psalms 54. Let's go into Psalms 54. Psalms 54, and we go pick it up at verse 4. Psalms 54 and 4, because that's my job. My job is to warn the wicked to turn from his wickedness, because I'm a watchman. And that's your job, watchman. Psalms 54, and pick it up at verse 4. Let's make sure that the wicked go get a reward. Verse 4, go ahead.
Behold, God is my helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul.
Go ahead.
He shall reward evil unto mine enemies.
He said he gonna reward evil unto who? Unto his enemies. Even the wicked gonna get a reward, people. Go ahead.
Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good.
Because he got a reward for everybody. He shall reward evil unto his enemy. And if you break a God's law, you are his enemy. If you are a servant of sin, and he got a reward for you. Everybody gonna get a reward. You can't get around it. Either you go get a righteous man reward, or you go get a wicked man reward. But you gonna get a reward.
Right, brother.
Let's go to Matthew's the 13th chapter. Let's go to Matthew's the 13th chapter, because the Lord Jesus is speaking to the people in parable. And let's look at this parable that he is telling the people about the wheat and the tares. Matthew's 13. Matthew's 13. And let's pick it up at verse 24. Let's pick it up at verse 24. This is about the wheat and the tares here. Matthew's 13, and pick it up at verse 24. Go ahead and read.
Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened to a man which soweth good seed in his field.
Hey, he said the kingdom of God is like a man that sowed good seed in his field. This is the Lord right here. Go ahead and read.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way.
Hey, so you got wheat and tares right here. Go ahead and read.
But when the blade was
Well,
sprung
wait
up,
a minute. He said while men slept, he said the enemy came in, and what he did, he started sowing tares among the wheat. So now you got wheat and tares. Go ahead and read. What verse?
26.
Go ahead.
But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
So now the blade came up for fruit, and now you see the tares also. Because when wheat and tares grow up together, they look the same until they get kind of grown. Now you see somebody that sowed some tares among the wheat. Go ahead and read. What verse?
Verse 27.
Go ahead.
So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares?
Hey, when the Lord put Adam and Eve in the garden, he sowed good seed in the field. But who deceived them? Satan the devil. Now you got tares in the field too. Go ahead and read.
Verse 28. He said unto them, An enemy has done this.
Who is the enemy? Satan the devil. He didn't sow these tares. Go ahead.
The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also wheat with them.
Hey, he said, hey, the servant said, hey, Lord, should we go and gather up the tares? He said, no, because the wheat may see how you gathering up the tares, and they may turn around and be plucked up also. So just let them grow to the harvest. Go ahead.
Let both grow together until the harvest.
He said, just let them grow to the harvest. You got the wheat into it. Let them grow to the harvest. Go ahead.
And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather you together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
Yeah, he say, I tell you, I'm going to send my reapers out, who is the angels, and I'm going to say, gather the tares first. And he say, and bundle them in bundles for the fire. Let's drop down to verse 34, and we going to keep going. Drop down to verse 34 and keep going. Go ahead and read.
All these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spoke he not unto them.
Go ahead.
That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables.
See, the prophets had already told you when the Messiah come that he was going to open his mouth in what? In a parable, people. Go ahead and read.
I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world.
Go ahead and read.
Then Jesus sent multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field.
He said, how did, explain to us, Lord, about the tares in the field. How did they get there? Go ahead and read.
He answered and said unto them, He that soweth good seed is the Son of Man.
Hey, the one that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man, Jesus. Go ahead.
The field is the world.
Hey, the field is the world. Go ahead.
The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
That's what we want to be. We want to be good seed here, people. Go ahead and read.
But the tares are the children of the wicked one.
Who is the tares? These are the children of the devil. Go ahead and read.
The enemy that sold them is the devil.
Oh, who sold them tares in the field? The devil. If you were wicked seed, then Satan done sold you. Go ahead and read.
The harvest is the end of the world.
Oh, what is the harvest? It's the end of the world. Go ahead.
And the reapers are the angels.
Who is the reapers? They the angels. Go ahead and read.
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world.
So what's going to happen to the wicked then? Who are tares? He said, as therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. That's why he said, if you filthy, let it be filthy still.
Right.
If you righteous, let it be righteous still. It's too late to turn when the Lord comes. He say, what is going to happen to the tares? They're going to be burned in the fire. That's why we got to warn the wicked to turn from his wicked way that he may live, but he can avoid this fire. Go ahead and read.
The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out his kingdom all things that offend.
You don't want the Lord to come, and you are offense to him. And what he do? They gather you out of his kingdom, and you in the lake of fire. Go ahead.
And them which do iniquity.
Go ahead.
And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Yo, that's what we trying to avoid, wicked. That's why you got to come out that wicked way, people. Drop down to verse 49. Drop down to verse 49. Go ahead.
So shall it be at the end of the world.
He says, so shall it be at what? At the end of the world. Go ahead.
The angels shall come forth to sever the wicked from among the just.
Hey, the angel gonna come forth, and he gonna sever the wicked from who? From the just. At the end of the world, at the harvest. That's why we got to give everybody a warning. Go ahead.
And shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
What's going to happen to them?
Cast into a furnace of fire.
That's why we got to give you this warning to come out your wicked way if that's you.
There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
He said he gonna cast them into a furnace of fire where they're going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth. That's why the watchman's supposed to be warning the people from the Lord. Hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from me, for they can escape this place right here. Let's keep going. Let's go to Isaiah 66. Let's just take a peek at a couple of people who are going to be in that fire. They can't avoid it here. Isaiah 66. And we go pick it up at verse 22. Show you a couple of people who going to be in that fire. They can't avoid it, these two brothers right here. They going to be in the fire and they can't avoid it. Verse 22, go ahead and read.
For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain.
Hey, this is the Lord God. He didn't set up his kingdom. Go ahead and read.
And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord.
Because the Lord is going to be on the earth, and everybody going to have to come and worship before the Lord in Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcass of the men that have transgressed against me.
It's going to be two men. You're going to be able to go in and look over there and look at the carcass of the men, these two men that have transgressed against me. Go ahead.
For their worms shall not die.
Oh, you mean these two brothers going to be in the lake of fire, people? Hey, the Lord say, they worms shall not die. Go ahead.
Neither shall their fire be quenched.
Oh, neither shall their fire be quenched. Go ahead.
And they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
Everybody gonna get scared. It's gonna be an abhorring unto what? All flesh. Let's look at these two brothers. They can't get away. And that's why we gotta avoid this place of the lake of fire, because that's why we're here, to give you a warning. Let's go to Revelations 19. Let's go to Revelations 19. Let's go to Revelations 19. Let's look at these guys who's going to be in the lake of fire. They can't get away from it. And this is the example that the Lord has given you, for you won't get into that place of torment. Revelations 19, and let's pick it up at verse 17. Revelations 19 and 17. Go ahead and read.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God.
Boy, people don't understand, when the Lord make his second coming, it's going to be an all-out invasion on this earth. And he going to have flesh from one end of the earth to the other. That's why he's telling them, come and gather yourselves to the supper of the great God. Get all the fowls. Go ahead.
That ye may eat the flesh of kings.
Go ahead.
And the flesh of captains.
Go ahead.
And the flesh of mighty men.
Go ahead.
And the flesh of horses, and them that sit on them. And the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
Go ahead.
And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on a horse and against his army.
Boy, you mean to tell me man gonna fight against the Lord when he comes? Go ahead, let's see what he gonna do when he come. Go ahead.
And the beast was taken.
Uh-oh, the beast was taken. Go ahead.
And with him the false prophet.
Oh, you mean the beast is the military man, and the false prophet is the religious man. Go ahead and read.
That wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
You mean to tell me them the two, you gonna be able to go and look at their carcasses? Where they gonna be? Right in the lake of fire. This is why the Lord told the watchman to hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from who? From me. This is what you're trying to avoid right here, people. That's why you got to hear the words from the Lord's mouth. And you got to turn from your way. You have to turn. Let's go to Matthew 13. Let's go to Matthew 13. Matthew 13. You got to turn yourself. You know, hey, with the help of the Lord, you can do it. You can do it. Well, it's so easy to keep the law. It's an easy thing. Just put it in your mind to do it. It ain't hard. Matthew 13, and let's pick it up at verse 42. Let's just make sure we understand why you giving this warning to the wicked and what they trying to avoid. Verse 42, go ahead and read.
And shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
Uh-oh, he said he gonna cast them into what? a furnace of fire. Go ahead.
There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
This is why you giving the wicked a warning from the Lord. You trying to avoid this right here, people. This is why I'm sitting here giving you this warning. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job, the 18th chapter. Job 18. Job 18. Job 18, and we go pick it up at verse 5. This is what the pastor's supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be giving you that warning. I don't even hear them giving no warning. Well, somebody got to get a warning to the people. Because, hey, you got to warn the people from the Lord. Because it's going to be a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. If that's what if you don't turn from your wicked way, it's going to be a fearful thing to fall into the hands of who? Into the hands of the living God.
Book say, brother.
Job 18, and let's pick it up at verse 5. Let's see what the Lord go do to the wicked. Go ahead and read.
Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine.
You see what the Lord say? The light of the wicked gonna be put out. You see where they gonna go if you wicked? The lake of fire. He said the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Go ahead.
The light shall be dark in his tabernacle.
He said his light gonna be dark in his tabernacle. Go ahead.
And his candle shall be put out with him.
And the Lord say his candle gonna be put out with him. Go ahead.
The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
Hey, his own, the wicked, your own counsel gonna cast you down. Just like you gotta turn from your wicked way, it's your counsel that's gonna cast you down. Go ahead and read.
For he is cast into a net by his own feet.
And what the Lord say, the wicked is cast in a net by what? His own feet. Go ahead and read.
And he walketh upon a snare.
And you walking on a snare. Go ahead.
The gin shall take him like the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him.
Go ahead.
The snare is laid for him in the ground.
Hey, he say that snare that he put in the ground, that snare is laid for him in the ground. Go ahead.
And a trap for him in the way.
Go ahead.
Terror shall make him afraid on every side.
Hey, terror gonna make him afraid on what? He say on every side. Go ahead.
And shall drive him to his feet.
And drive him to his feet. But he say the light of the wicked is gonna be what? It's gonna be put out, people. You don't want your light to be put out when the Lord comes. That's why we are giving you a warning. Please turn from your wicked way. Let's go to Proverbs 13. Let's go to Proverbs, the 13th chapter. I can see 9. Proverbs 13. Proverbs 13. And we go pick it up at verse 9. Proverbs 13. And verse 9. Go ahead and read.
The light of the righteous rejoices. But the lamp of the wicked shall be put out.
Hey, he just telling you again. He say, the lamp of the righteous rejoiceth. He say, but the lamp of the wicked, what's going to happen to it? It's going to be put out. Go ahead and read.
Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom.
Go ahead.
Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
Go ahead.
Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
That's why the Lord told the watchman, hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. If you despise the word, the Lord say you're going to be destroyed. Go ahead and read.
But he that feareth the commandments shall be rewarded.
Oh, the ones that fear the commandments, everybody go get a reward. They gonna be rewarded. Go ahead.
The law of the wise is the fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death.
He said the law of the wise is a fountain of life. He say to depart from the snares of what? Death. Go ahead and read.
Good understanding giveth favor, but the way of transgressors is hard.
Go ahead.
Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly.
Go ahead.
A wicked messenger falleth into mischief.
You can't give a wicked messenger, you go and tell the secret, boy, it be everywhere. He say a wicked messenger falleth into mischief. Go ahead.
But a faithful ambassador is health.
Go ahead.
Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction.
You hear what he say? Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instructions. That's why you supposed to give the wicked a warning from the Lord. If he refuse instructions, his blood is going to be on his own head. Go ahead and read.
But he that regardeth reproof shall be honored.
Go ahead.
The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil.
You see what the Lord say? It is an abomination to fools to depart from evil. Man, that evil is so embedded in their mind, they can't even depart from it. The Lord even talk about they wake up out they sleep because their thought process is all evil. He say it's an abomination to fools to depart from what? To depart from evil. Go ahead and read.
He that walketh with wise men shall be wise.
He said, if you walk with wise men, you're going to be wise. Go ahead.
But a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
Go ahead.
Evil pursueth sinners.
Evil pursue who?
Sinners.
Evil pursueth sinners. You be walking. Why is so much always happening to me? Evil pursueth sinners. Go ahead.
But the righteous, good shall be repaid.
But the righteous, good shall be repaid, because everybody is going to get a reward. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's go in Psalms 37. Psalms 37. This is a warning, people. This is a good warning for me, too. You got to keep your garments white.
Right.
And I ain't going to fret myself because the brother is doing evil and he's prospering in his ways. Look like everything going good for the brother, and I'm a servant of the Lord. And then I'm looking at the evil brother, and everything is just prospering for this guy. Don't get envious, people, because he got a reward coming. Psalms 37, and let's pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead and read.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
He said, don't even fret yourself because of evildoers. Go ahead.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
He said, don't be even envious of the workers of iniquity. Look like everything going their way. Look like they making all the money. They got all the way. Everything look like it's pretty and charm over there. He say, hey, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Go ahead.
For they shall soon be cut down like the grass.
Hey, he say they will soon be cut down like what? The grass. Don't be envious of them, because sooner or later, the Lord gonna give them a reward. Go ahead.
And whether as the green herb.
Go ahead.
Trust in the Lord.
He said, trust in the Lord. Go ahead.
And do good.
Go ahead.
So shall thou dwell in the land.
Hey, you trust in the Lord and do good, for you could dwell where? In the land. Go ahead.
And verily thou shalt be fed.
He say, and verily thou shalt be fed. Go ahead and read.
Delight thyself also in the Lord.
He say, delight thyself, who? Also in the Lord. Go ahead.
And he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
And he gonna give you the desires of your heart if you trust in the Lord. Go ahead.
Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring thee to pass.
He said, commit your way unto the Lord. Trust in him. He say, and he shall bring it to pass. Go ahead.
And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday.
Go ahead.
Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him.
He say, rest in the Lord, and wait what? Patiently on him. Don't fret yourself because of evildoers, because they prospering in the way. Hey, trust in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Go ahead.
Fret not thyself because of him who prosper in his way.
Hey, don't fret yourself because the brother over there doing wicked and he prospering in his way. Go ahead.
Because of the man who bringeth wickedness devices to pass.
Go ahead.
Cease from anger and forsake wrath.
Go ahead.
Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil.
He said, don't fret yourself in any wise to do what? To do evil. Don't fret yourself because of evildoers. That's why he's telling you, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Go ahead.
For evildoers shall be cut off.
Sooner or later the Lord said evildoers gonna be what? They gonna be cut off. Go ahead.
But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth.
But the ones that wait on the Lord, patiently wait on the Lord, keep that law, patiently serve the Lord. He said, you gonna inherit the earth, and evildoers gonna be cut off. Go ahead and read.
For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be.
He said a little while. And the wicked, if he want to stand that wickedness, he said he shall not be. Go ahead.
Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
He said you gonna diligently consider his place, the wicked. He ain't even gonna be no more. He gonna be in the lake of fire. Go ahead.
But the meek shall inherit the earth.
He said the meek shall inherit the earth. Go ahead.
And shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
And shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Let's keep going. What verse is that?
12.
And let's keep going. Let's go into Proverbs 21. Don't fret yourself in any wise to do evil. Sooner or later, evildoers gonna be cut off. But these that wait on the Lord shall inherit the what? Gonna inherit the earth. That's what I'm looking forward to. Proverbs 21. Let's pick it up at verse 10. Let's see what the soul of the evil desire. Verse 10. Go ahead and read.
The soul of the wicked desireth evil.
Oh, he said the soul of the wicked, it desire what? Evil. Go ahead.
His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes.
Hey, his neighbor don't even want to be around him. I don't find no favor in that brother over there. He is wicked. I don't find no favor in that brother or that sister over there. Go ahead and read. I don't even want to be around. Go what verse?
11.
Go ahead.
When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise. And when the wise is instructed, he receiveth knowledge.
Go ahead.
The righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked.
Hey, that righteous man wisely considered the house of the wicked. I've always been like that. As a young dude, I grew up over in Cabrini Green. Man, I've seen brothers go back and forth out of jail. Hey, some of the bad cats over there, I'm looking at them, and I see them steady falling in that hole. Man, I avoid that hole.
That's right.
I avoid that hole. That's why the righteous man wisely consider the house of the wicked, because you don't want to go through that. So what you do, you consider the house of the wicked. Go ahead.
The righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked, but God overthroweth the wicked for his wickedness.
And you looking at God steady overthrowing the brother for his wickedness. He in jail or something always happening with him. So you wisely consider the house of the wicked. What you do, you looking at the Lord steady overthrowing the house of the wicked. Go ahead and read.
Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard.
Oh, you stop your ears from the cry of the poor. He said, you going to be poor yourself, and ain't nobody going to hear you. Go ahead and read.
A gift in secret pacifieth anger, and a reward in the bosom strong wrath.
Go ahead.
It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity.
He said, it is a joy to the just to do judgment. He said, but destruction shall be to the workers of who? Iniquity. Destruction. That's why you got to give the wicked a warning from the Lord, because destruction is coming. Go ahead and read.
The man that runneth out of the way of understanding.
He said, the man, I don't want to hear that. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding, let's see what's going to happen to him. Go ahead.
Shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Oh, you going to remain in the congregation of the dead if you wander out of the way of understanding. He said, you will remain in the congregation of who? The dead. You want to get out of that congregation.
That's right.
You want to go to a congregation and everybody in there dead? That means you don't have no knowledge if everybody dead. Go ahead and read.
He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich.
Go ahead.
The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous.
Sooner or later, the wicked is going to be a ransom for the righteous. Go ahead.
And the transgressor for the upright.
Let's keep going. Let's go into Psalms. Let's go in the book of Psalms. Let's go into Psalms 34. Psalms 34. Psalms 34. We're going to pick it up at verse 12. Psalms 34. Man, I desire life. Boy, I want to live many days too. I need to find out if I desire life and I want to live many days. Let me find out what I need to do. Verse 12, go ahead and read.
What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good?
We all want to desire life. We all want to have many days. And you all want to see good. Go ahead.
Keep thy tongue from evil.
This is what you do. Keep your tongue from evil. Go ahead.
And thy lips from speaking guile.
And don't let your lips speak no guile against nobody. Go ahead.
Depart from evil.
Oh, he told you to do what?
Depart from evil.
If you want to see many days, he said, depart from evil. Go ahead.
And do good.
And do what? Do good. Go ahead.
Seek peace and pursue it.
He telling you to seek peace and do what? Pursue that peace. Go ahead.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous.
Oh, you mean if you walking in righteousness, he say the eyes of the Lord are upon who? Upon the righteous. Go ahead.
And his ears are open unto their cry.
Don't you want the Lord's ears to be open into your prayer, people? The only way that the Lord's ears can be open into your prayer, you got to be walking in righteousness.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry.
Go ahead.
The face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
Oh, do you want the Lord to be against you? Sooner or later, if you keep doing evil, he gonna be against you. He say, the face of the Lord are against them that do what? That do evil. Go ahead and read.
To cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
Sooner or later, he gonna cut off their remembrance. Go ahead.
The righteous cry and the Lord heareth.
Hey, no, that's why you got to be walking in righteousness, for the Lord can hear you. He said, the righteous cry and the Lord heareth. Go ahead.
And delivereth them out of all of their trouble.
Hey, you mean the Lord will deliver the righteous out of what? All of their trouble. Go ahead and read.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such of a contrite spirit.
Go ahead.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous.
He say many of the affliction of who? Of the righteous. Go ahead.
But the Lord delivereth him out of them all.
But the Lord delivered the righteous out of them what? Out of them all. Go ahead.
He keepeth all his bones. Not one of them is broken.
Go ahead.
Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate righteousness shall be desolate.
He say evil shall slay the wicked. Why? Because they hate righteousness. So if you hate righteousness, evil gonna slay you. Go ahead and read.
The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate.
Let's go to Revelations 20. Let's go to Revelations, the 20th chapter. Let's go to Revelations 20. Revelations 20. And we're going to pick it up at verse 11. This is the white throne judgment right here. Everybody going to get judged according to what? According to their works, people.
Right.
Revelations 20, Verse 11, go ahead and read.
And I saw a great white throne, and he
It's judgment day now. You didn't want to come out of the wickedness. This is judgment day right here. Go ahead.
And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them.
Go ahead.
And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God.
He said, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. Now you got to give account for everything you done did on this earth now. Go ahead and read.
And the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works.
You mean to tell me you go get judged according to your works? Everybody gonna get judged according to their works. Go ahead and read.
And the sea gave up the dead which was in it.
If you died in the sea, he said the sea gave up the dead which was in them. Go ahead.
And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them.
Hey, the grave had to deliver up the dead which was in them. See, you ain't gonna die and get away from God. You will not die and get away from God. He gonna raise you up from the dead. I don't care if you righteous or you wicked.
That's right, brother.
He said, and the sea gave up the dead which were in them, which is if you was thrown over the sea. He said, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. That's the grave. Go ahead.
And they were judged, every man according to their works.
And every man was judged according to what? According to their works. Go ahead and read.
And death and hell was casted into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not written in the book of life was casted into the lake of fire.
Suppose your name is not written in the book of life, people. What's going to happen to you? He going to cast you into what? The lake of fire. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Let's go back to Ezekiel 33 and make sure you understand that the Lord is saying, warn the people from me, for they can avoid what? That lake of fire. Ezekiel 33. Let's go back to Ezekiel 33. We got to warn the people from the Lord, people. We got to warn them. 33. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Ezekiel 33 and verse 1. Go ahead and read.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Go ahead.
Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman.
Hey, he said, if I bring a sword on the land and y'all pick a man to be your watchman in your coast, that's your preacher, go ahead and read.
If when he seeth the sword come upon the land,
he's supposed to have enough understanding to see the sword that's coming on the land. The watchman do, the preacher, go ahead.
He blow the trumpet and warn the people.
He's supposed to be blowing the trumpet and warning the people because he see the sword coming on the land.
Right.
Go ahead.
Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning.
You hear the sound of the trumpet that the preacher, that the watchman is saying, but you didn't take no kind of warning. You disregarded it. Go ahead.
If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Your blood is going to be on your own head. That's why here at the Israel of God, we blowing the trumpet to warn the people because we see the sword coming.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning.
He said he heard you preaching that gospel, but he didn't take warning. Go ahead.
His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Hey, the ones that take it warning, they the ones that's going to deliver their soul. Go ahead and read.
But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet.
I mean, the watchman, he's supposed to have enough knowledge to see the sword coming, and he's supposed to blow the trumpet, but suppose he don't blow the trumpet. Go ahead and read.
And the people be not warned.
And you ain't even warning the people. You don't even know what to look for yourself. How you gonna know what to look for if you can't even warn the people? Go ahead and read.
If the sword come and take any person from among them, He is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
He said, hey, he gonna be taken away in his iniquity, because you didn't blow the warning. He gonna be taken away in his iniquity. He said, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand, because what did the watchman not do? He did not blow the horn and warn the people that the sword is coming. Go ahead and read.
So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman to the house of Israel.
He said, oh, but I tell you what I done did for you, Ezekiel. I done made you a watchman into the house of Israel. When you see the sword coming, blow the trumpet, Ezekiel.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me.
He said, you go study your word and hear the word at my mouth. And he said, warn the people from me. It's the warning we giving you right now, people. Go ahead and read.
When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die.
He said, when I say to the wicked, O wicked man, you shall surely die if you stay in that wickedness. Go ahead.
If thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way.
If you don't speak, watchman, to warn the wicked from his wicked way, go ahead.
That wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
That wicked man go die in his iniquity. You didn't even give him a warning. Go ahead.
But his blood will I require at thine hand.
Here at the Israel of God, we getting your blood off our hand.
Right.
We blowing the whistle. We blowing the trumpet, brother. And we warning the people to turn from their wicked way. Go ahead and read.
Nevertheless, if thy warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Go ahead.
Therefore, O son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live?
You can't live if you pining away in your iniquity. How you gonna get everlasting life? Go ahead.
Say unto them, as I live, said the Lord God.
He said, say unto them, as I live, said the Lord God. Go ahead.
I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
He said, I don't have no pleasure in the death of the wicked. So you know what we need to do? We got to turn from our wicked way, and this is a warning from the watchman. Thank you guys for your time. Hopefully you understood the lesson, the warning to the wicked. Thank you guys.